this is an interesting topic that we've all been talking about because some of us have actually think we've probably been a part of it and have been a victim of it. There's been an increase in reports of car cloning. That's where people steal the identity of another vehicle and use it for crimes.
Ben has been looking at this for us this morning. And Ben, how does it happen and how do you find out that it's happened to you?
Well, yeah, this is the difficulty, because what happens in these situations is criminals basically go around, driving around, getting speeding tickets, parking fines and so on, leaving unsuspecting drivers having to prove that it wasn't actually them.
So then, when I said using it for crimes, it doesn't mean they're using it as a getaway car for some big thing. It's just minor thing, relatively
I mean, the whole
minor.
range of scenarios, but it could just be lots of small tickets. But let me explain the details and how it works and what happens. Good morning. Yeah, you may not have heard of it, but car cloning involves criminals stealing or copying another vehicle's registration plates and putting them on their own car. The criminal then essentially drives however they like, in bus lanes, speeding through cameras, not paying for parking and so on, leaving the innocent owner of the real car to get the financial penalty notices. People like Ethan from Cambridgeshire, he received thousands of pounds worth of fines. At one point, he was even threatened with being taken to court.
Multiple Transport for London, I think we're up to 6 now. There's been over 6 bus lane fines, parking charges, speeding tickets. Most of them have been multiple tickets. Because of the amount of tickets that we got through, all of a sudden, I was worrying that I was going to continue getting more and more, because I think we must have had about 10 come through the letterbox, and I didn't want any more coming through. So the police generally advise saying the quickest way to get rid of your number plate would be to purchase a private number plate and then report it to the DVLA, which we did.
And Ethan's not alone here. Research by the RAC suggests that 10,500 people reported a suspected vehicle cloning to the DVSA last year, compared to roughly 6,000 in 2018. There's been a surge in cases in London, particularly, with more than 36,000 fines cancelled after being linked to car cloning in 2023. So the question is, what do you do if you think your car has been cloned?
You have to contact the issuing authority. In some cases, this can be multiple different groups, from the police through to Transport for London through to private parking companies. So you have to then prove that you weren't driving the vehicle, but then you also have to get in touch with the DVLA and tell them that your vehicle has been cloned and potentially get another number plate issued. But if you weren't driving, if it wasn't your vehicle, you shouldn't have to pay. And sometimes, though, people are having to really prove this and go through all kinds of hell to try to kind of demonstrate their innocence.
We'd be really interested to hear from you if you've had any experience of this. Maybe your car number plate was cloned. Was it easy to report, or are you still dealing with the fallout, perhaps? Get in touch in all the usual ways. Details on your screen now. As ever, remember to leave your name so we can give you a mention if we get a chance to go through those a little later. And of course, with this, Sally and Roger, is that it's also something you need to be aware of if you're buying a new car. And there are all sorts of checks you can do, that you should do, to make sure that the car you're buying, the number plates match and so on. Often there's a little etching in the windscreen to show that the car number plate matches. It's one of the things you don't want to be caught out on.
Good to know.
Interesting. I got a phone call from my insurance company saying I've been involved in an accident. And my car was in a car park 200 miles away at work. And, anyway.